Alright. Hey guys, I'm streaming on YouTube again, and this time I'm making a jungle tier list. You should be seeing whatever I'm seeing on my screen, but I will now go to the jungle tier list and make it. So, right now, let's start with my opinion on jungle right now as season 4 in February, currently 2/15/2022. How it is in NA. I feel like a lot of times in NA there's so many trolls that you have to pick the right jungle champs to win your games. Whether you have bad ADCs and you want to try Vayne jungle, go for it. Learn it in PvP, learn it in AI, get better at it, learn how to counter jungle if you think you're good at counter jungle. Learn everything there is about jungle to get better at the game. If you don't learn or understand who is strong early level 1, I had to play so many PvP games. I at least dropped 3k PvP games before I played ranked games. That's literally, I'm not even joking, I played barely any ranked games, 40 games maybe, and season 2 the end of that, or 30 or something like that, and then season 3 like 40, 50, I don't know, to get from like plat or gold, you know, whatever. The rewards for it's just reaching gold 4, I believe, so you can climb whatever you want, but I think past plat 4 and everything, that was just like where I was at because I didn't care about like trying and grind up. But then in season 4 I actually tried to get past gold because I don't know, I like being hard stuck gold for some reason. It was funny, you know, beating diamond players and higher ranks and everything like that, or just playing better. It's very amusing for me. I guess maybe I was holding back on myself because I didn't rank enough, but if I ranked sooner I probably would have been diamond plus. And the earlier seasons, because now season 4 is actually super hard. Like, there's too much pre-mades and higher elo because no one wants to risk randoms, and the low elo is stuck with just trash trolls. So this is gonna help you guys, I believe, in my opinion, to climb if you're jungling. And if to learn jungle, you can always watch me either stream or make YouTube videos on those videos on guides how to jungle better. So let's just start it off with, I guess I should just go in order and what I think could be used for jungle meta. Like, I tried Ari Jungle, but I don't think it was very good enough to go in rank. If anything, Ari Jungled, I saw some people do 80 Ari Jungle or something like that. I don't know, it was weird. Some dude did that and I was like, okay. But he actually did a lot of damage or something like that. And then I was like, I still don't think 80 Ari Jungle is the best because, I mean, there's so many other champs. I guess it's good for like maybe invading-ish because you got a charm and you can run away and dash and stuff, so you're kind of like a fast champion. I get that. But from all these champions, like, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I'm not gonna do every single one of them, I'm just saying it. If I were to Ari Jungle, it'd be like a C or D. I don't know. Honestly, it has potential. I never actually used it in rank. I did decently well against the Trinamir on AP Ari Jungle, and I beat his cheeks. Like, I don't know, I just invaded, stole his red buff, and I just kept killing him, and he couldn't do anything. Because, like, imagine Ari waiting around when your camps are boarded and you just get charmed and then dead. Like, it's kind of hard to capture too, so it's not bad. And then I did a Kali Jungle, right? I would say she's like a B tier, honestly. Like I said again, I was experimenting assassin junglers like Zed Jungle, then a Kali Jungle next after that. And since I was the first person or one of the only people promoting Zed Jungle and, you know, buying the project skin and making everyone watch me and play and they like it, and then RIOT nerfing it, like, you know, a couple late, like, they were watching the video or it just got popular. I don't know, a lot of Zed bans after my videos and stuff. So I did a Kali, and a Kali after the nerf of Zed with his third skill for his, you know, his slash his slow slash when he does it. So they nerfed the damage to that. I used to beat Akali's, even diamond Akali's, in a 1v1 barely with like 1 HP or something like that, or they had like 1 HP. It was really fun. But now Akali just straight up beats Zed. Like, it's like saying Fizz versus Zed. Like, Fizz beats Zed. Like, if you misplay your skills as Fizz to lose to a good Zed, that's just because you got outskilled. But normally, a good Fizz should beat a Zed, honestly. So this is an example. Akali has 2 dashes in her ult, right? Zed has just 1 ult and an escape plus a shadow. So it makes him like untargetable, but like literally she could just ult again to catch up to you, or flash ult you, and you die under tower first blood. So Akali Jungle, yes, is actually not that bad. If I were to compare Zed Jungle, right? Like if I were to do Zed Jungle now before then, and it was working good and everything until they nerfed him, Zed Jungle used to be like A tier for me. I used to use Zed Jungle to get out gold. Like I was gold 1 and I had 16 kills and 0 deaths. If I died any of those times to like any of them, they would have got 2k got shut down gold. And then they could have carried the game, especially Jinx. And I predicted it too. And I said, team, please protect me from Jinx. And at the very end, they finally protected me. They were so bad, but at the very end, they finally protected me. And I escaped and I did amazing dodges. And again, 1v5. You'll see some TikToks or some of my older videos on YouTube with that. It was really nice, but I didn't get to record the video because Riot updated the game. And I really wish Riot can had a record rewind so I don't have to like keep watching it over and over again to get the parts I want or miss it by accident or something like that. I really wish they do more things for content creators, because if how they expect a game to grow, if content creators like myself who work so much time editing on like mobile apps, editing like InShot, like if I was on PC, yeah, my quality of my videos are gonna be so much better, but no one's gonna care enough to like watch really great editing on PC. It's WoW Rift, man. Like it's still new. Like maybe when there's more content creators and some great plays, I can put some clips together, make montages and stuff, or just funny stuff. Like, you know, you see other YouTubers do that stuff like that too. So back then, I used to put Zed Jungle was A tier, but now I would say like it's honestly between C and B, because you need a tank sometimes to get objectives. And it's not that great when it comes to like team fighting. It's better on 1v1. Some team fighting you can do, it can be potential. If I was playing against like a Lulu, Zed Jungle is actually really good, so you can make her waste her ults, or just make enemy waste a lot of skills, or pressure them to not face check a bush. I would still say Akali Jungle is still better than Zed Jungle. But the thing is, Akali is not very tanky, right? Like Zed, you need sustain. So that's why I did that other video on YouTube when I got from gold 1 to plat. I used Akali Jungle with Bloodthirster, and I was the first, I would say it right now, because no one else did it. I swear to God, no one in the freaking world can probably match. I did the first Bloodthirster Akali ever. Yes, that's right. I did Bloodthirster on Akali. I got a quadra kill, first item with it. Unlike some people, I almost got a pentakill with that actually. If Vayne didn't mess or condemn, you can see some of my videos on that too. And then the moments where I did do really well, I was playing even against like diamonds or master. Like this is like, I think it was Ari that just got master or GM, something like that, and I predicted her charm and everything, and I still managed to kill Renekton. Like I play so good. It doesn't even matter what rank I'm playing against, because I feel like NA is very like boosted. So just like keep that in mind. You can see literally gold players playing better because they're a smurf or they're just better at the game. And you can see diamond players with weak mental and just feed and die a lot, and you're wondering how they diamond, maybe bot account or something like that, or boosted. Either way, NA has like, dude, you cannot expect anything when you go into NA game. That's how hard it is. Like you expect something when you get in higher ranks or some better elo, right? You really can't. Like in NA, I can tell you right now, if you expect something, well, you're probably not gonna get the expectations that you want, because it's gonna probably the opposite of what you think. So yeah, let's keep going on. How about a Mundo Jungle? Okay, a Mundo Jungle, I would say B tier. It's not bad. Like late game, you know, it's okay. It's better than early game. Mid late game is not bad. When team fights, I would win if my team listens to me. If they decide to fight without me and I'm a Mumu, well then you're trolling, because you just probably lost the game because you try to get greedy. That's usually what happens when I'm a Mumu Jungle. So then I was like, you know what? If no one's gonna focus on objective, then I'm not gonna play Mumu, because just no one listens. Like I had a Katarina, right? I got this Katarina good in a good situation. We were winning the game, and then they fight without me, and then we lost the game. So I literally remember that, and I don't ever want to play Mumu again. So that's just my opinion. Any jungle, I did any jungle. Oh my god, that was actually interesting. It was only PvP, but I tried it in rank and I didn't do that well. But I would put it right next to Ari. Okay, to be honest, like it's good when you want to have a front line, especially when you have your ult, because it's like pre-5, it's not good. Pre-level 5, it's okay. You have like a stun. Maybe you can get some stuns off if you hit the stun and stuff, they flash. But like I said, any jungle, it's weird, but I seen it on PC meta. That's why I was inspired to do an any jungle, and I wanted to do one for like rank and make a video too. But I mean, my elo, it might be a little hard to do it. I'm only plat 2, so I might be able to pull it off perhaps and win one game, but it might be like a couple of games of losses before I do that. Honestly, any jungle, it's good for some situations. Like you can win with it to team fight, a lot of team fight, and he's very good at team fighting. So if the enemy team wants to team fight all the time, you're always in the team fight, then you should be able to disengage or engage really well with your stuns and ults. So keep that in mind. Her ult is pretty good. It's not too long cooldown, especially as she scales and gets more AP and CDR. So yeah, she's like Ari. I think she's better than Ari. Honestly, if I were to put these jungle lists in order, Zed is still good solo queue. If you play with team, maybe Annie next and then Ari. Okay, I did Blitzcrank Jungle. Okay, Blitzcrank Jungle. Now how does this work? I only did PvP but not rank. I would think it's like, okay, it's better than Malphite Jungle early because Malphite Jungle, his ult is a fast CDR, but Blitzcrank has a faster ult than Malphite. So I would put him at, actually, it depends on C tier or B tier. Because like if you're a bad Blitz, you can be a C tier, and then if you're a good Blitz, you could be like a B tier. So like, if I was playing Malphite Jungle, and I've seen it before, people try Diamond Malphite Jungle. Who knows? Maybe they're trying to see because he's like tanky, right? But his clear early is slow. He's like, Malphite Jungle is like right here. Is in the D tier. He could be better up to B tier if you're good and you use your ult right to steal objectives, Baron, you know, win a team fight. It's depending on how you do it. But I would still think Blitzcrank has better, you know, you can hook, steal, kill someone, and if you're a Blitzcrank main and you're really good, no one ever wants to fucking fight you or mess with you because the moment they hook you and you're ulted, you're dead. Like, you don't have flash, you're dead. Like, if there's so many combos you can do on Blitzcrank for your team to win. The only thing is you're bad early, so what you do is you want to go invade them level 1 and the red buff and take their buffs, and just take your red buff if you can't do that, right? You tried. And either way, like, Malphite Jungle is also early clear slow, but I beat a Diamond Malphite Jungle. He was gonna win the game, he was killing my team repetitively. Malphite Jungle was working against my Blitzcrank Jungle, but you know what I did? I stole the Elder Dragon 1v5 and I made a YouTube video on that. You can check that out too. It was really interesting. It was really fun. My ego inflated after that. I literally went from this low rank jungler to like, dude, I'm the best fucking jungler in the world in NA. Like, in NA, in my own world, you know? And I stole the Elder Dragon 1v5, came back to win, played some of the Supernatural music theme song, you know, like, carry my own way back home, you know? And I just, yeah, I rocked that video. I love that. And then I made an episode 2 of Blitzcrank Jungle. It was fun. So, here's what I think next. Camille Jungle is probably between A and B tier. It's not bad. Early clear is kind of bad. Better mid-late game. You want to try and make really good picks with Camille. So I would say A tier, honestly. I used to ban Camille a lot when I was playing in gold games. I just kept banning her because I just hated playing against her. Or like, my teammates are dumb. They don't know how to play against a Camille. Get caught out, you know, easy kill. Like, so I always banned her. Honestly, she was usually my top 3 bans. I did Darius Jungle too. Darius Jungle would be between A and B, but the thing about Darius Jungle is that he has no CC, only like grab, right? And it's like a knock-up, so a Yasuo can work with Darius. So if you have a Yasuo and Darius together, that's really good actually. I would actually do a Darius Jungle with a Yasuo that's good, because the combo is like pretty instant that they do really fast. So I would say Darius is A or B. I think honestly in the B tier, probably like near Akali. Akali has a lot of damage, but Darius can tank up, especially when Set's in the meta. Oh yeah, let's just add Set here. Where is Set? Set, I don't know if it's in this tier list. Oops. I think. Oh my god, there's no Set. Okay, well if there was a Set would be S tier. Okay, I just let you guys know that if there was a Set would be S. I don't know why it's not in here. Maybe it's just old. Whatever. Set would be S tier just because he can literally carry you and smack you down and you can't do anything about it. Like, easy pick. If you do a flash ult from behind into your own tower, then they're dead. It's basically like a Blitzcrank hook into their own tower. It's too OP. I can definitely 1v9. I definitely kill 2 or 3 people if they all try all at me if I'm fed, and then just like run it down to me. Like, I literally can just carry the game. Or I'll steal objectives and Baron stuff. It's a very OP champ. Set would be above that. And Darius, to counter Set, I tried to play Darius Jungle, and it wasn't bad. I was winning early, but then later Set just wins like mid-late game. So it was okay. early game because Darius is very strong early, but later he scales off. That's why I put him in B tier. And then if I was playing Diana Jungle, I used to did that too. I'd say between A and B, it could be A tier because, I mean, you're not tanky, but if you play it right, you can make really great plays on Diana. Like, I have seen Diana players pop off. You see a Diana mid and you try to take a drag first and then just steal it across the other side. Like, I've seen that so many times. That's why I always kill it first. That's why I never do drag first. I never just do drag first, even when I could take it, like, for free. I use it to bait either teammates or, not teammates, my enemy, so I can kill them later and steal it later. Because it's so more satisfying to tilt them, to steal it and kill them. But if you can take the free objective, like, if it's a really good drag, then just take it. I mean, only if it's not warded and they're dead, their jungler dead, or their mid is dead. Like, I don't know, like, think about like where the enemy position is, and if they're not there in the map, you don't see them, then they're probably just waiting behind the drag pit, waiting for you to start the drag so then they can steal and tilt you. Especially if they have Seraphine or like any range CC. It's really annoying. Kennen, careful of Kennen and Seraphine, like usually those champs. Alright, now that I'm talking about Kennen Jungle, I used to play Kennen Jungle, AP and AD. AD is good for versus Camille, and AP is good for like late game scale for team fights. So if you want to win hard 1v1 against Camille, I did AD Kennen Jungle, went to Camille level 1, let him try to take a red buff, then I killed him, or I took the red buff and then I followed up with a ghost and I just killed him. So I kept ghosts instead of flash with Kennen, so I can run down enemies as this fast Kennen, and Kennen's already fast because of the third skill, right? So Kennen Jungle is actually viable. You could actually carry 1v9 with this champ too. Just know that I tried AD Kennen Jungle and went 15-7 against enemy team, and they were like so long. The game was like 35 minutes. It was so long. I was so tired. I was the longest ranked game I ever had. I was just wondering if I could win this game with my dumb teammates, and obviously we couldn't because they eventually got Baron. They pushed lanes quicker because of their champs was like Lee Sin, I believe. And yeah, I did my best though. I literally one-shot everyone. Like, anyone that walked up to me, I killed them all. Anyone that tried to kill me, I killed them all. Like, in a 1v3, I killed them all. But the thing is, he's better in 1v1 engage if you're going 80 Kennen. You don't scale too much. So if you want to go for more team fights and more kills, like more than 3 kills, like you can kill 1 by 1 like a Zed Jungle. But the thing is, AP Kennen will be better late game. So if I went AP instead, maybe I could have carried that game, killed them all, and took Baron afterwards. You know, because usually AP, it would like one-shot you if you go AP. But if you go 80, you might take a couple autos because of your auto crits if you're just going for that, you know, to kill them. So after that, I want to talk about who else? I guess I just might as well talk about Fiora Jungle. I honestly put her I'd say because she's not tanky enough, but she's still good. She's stronger than Lee Sin, so I'm really deciding between S and A tier. Like, I'm just gonna put her S tier. If I had another tier like red below S, like S minus, I would do that. She's just very good in the jungle. She's good at 1v1s. She can, you know, if you walk up and she has red buff, she'll probably kill you and run you down. So like, yeah, if you see a red buff Camille, just run, because once you're tapped or hurt, you're gonna be slowed from the red buff, and then yeah, you can't follow up or escape to if you don't have flash either. You're kind of dead. So yeah, I think Fiora's good. I also think Evelyn's pretty good too. Very good Evelyns can carry up to Challenger, Grandmaster. That one guy, TOG, does Evelyn a lot. He's very good with it. I definitely did Evelyn and it popped off. I did good, but I just couldn't win games because my teammates are still bad. So it usually is still a team coordinated thing situation. You're gonna get. I even stole Baron too. Like, even stealing Baron as Evelyn, you still can't win the game. I did that because I won as Fiora Jungle versus an Evelyn Diamond, who is a jungler main, and he stole Baron. You know, I made the Baron call, they stole it. But usually my Baron calls are 9 out of 10 worth it. So even if they stole it, I still know how to win. So that's what we did. Like, even if they stole Baron, it didn't matter because all the waves were pushed. So we were winning still. So it was okay to risk it because I killed Evelyn afterwards and then I went to Elder Dragon. But the thing was, my team already ended it in mid because they already took mid inhib. So that's great. If you ever do Baron, always try to take mid inhib first. It's very good. So then you get more vision, and then they have to defend, and they can't rush the Baron right away to steal. In this case, she did steal it and took it, but I still won that game for rank. And I went like 4 kills and 4 deaths. My teammates were feeding into Katarina. Like, I don't know why they were feeding into Katarina, but they were just feeding into her. And yeah, they were all like cocky emeralds trying to like I don't know, say something bad jungler or something like that. I don't really care what they say. All I know is I won that game because I just jungle diff their jungler, even if they took Fire Drake early. Doesn't matter because first drags are like not too important. If you're under level and I'm level ahead more because you took dragon, then you're probably not gonna win later on to get the next dragon. So whenever they take first dragon, if they take it early, the next dragon is usually yours, just saying, because you're ahead in farm, right? But if you steal them, if they do first dragon, then you take the dragon, then you get the next dragon for sure, if you're ahead. Like, you know, this kills early is actually way more effective than getting drag early. I got dragged once for Fire Drake for my team early, but then we all died, and then it wasn't worth it, because now everyone's ahead, we all got lost in XP stopped from dying, so remember that if you can, if you're jungling. Let's go to Fizz Jungle. I would put him at A tier. I don't really Fizz Jungle a lot. I should start maybe. I think he might be really potential good in solo queue. I've seen some people's Fizz Jungle, but the thing is they don't understand that he's not tanky, right? So you need a tank on your team for sure. And then you just need to build the right items and then carry your games by making the right picks with your ult. So if you have ult, you're good. You don't have ult, just like play accordingly to what skills you have up. And yeah, should be fine. Just don't get CC'd in range. And then okay, Ezreal Jungle. I did Ezreal Jungle in rank, and I actually was getting kills, and I could have carried the game if I got these kills sooner. But to be honest, Ezreal is a very mid-late game kind of power spike. Early, if he's really fed, he can be really strong early too. He's definitely a D tier jungler. I could have pulled it off Ezreal Jungle like I did with Vayne Jungle. Let's just talk about Vayne Jungle right now. Vayne Jungle is S tier, by the way. It's actually God tier. Like, people think it's troll, but like I actually won my games a lot with like just no ADC. Like I had a Camille ADC or I had a Jarvan ADC, and that worked well because they were trying to play to my Vayne ADC jungle, which I appreciate, but they probably thought I was troll because I was plat and they were higher ranked, so I don't care. On that game, I was carrying my team. Literally, I went 8-3. I literally just told them, shut the fuck up, let me carry, and they just listened. So I didn't care what they said because they were still chatting, so I just muted them all. Like, honestly, when you see a YouTuber, you could think they're trolling, but honestly, most of the time, the YouTuber is probably trying. So, like, to be honest, if you want to win your games, work with the YouTuber. Because, like, there's no point of, like, if you think I'm going to troll for a video, you can think that, but I don't care. Like, I'm trying to win the game in ranked. So, if you think I'm troll, that's up to you. If you think counter jungling or invading early is troll, that's up to you. You're not a jungle main. That's your opinion, right? So, like, you can do however you play to your style, but then you should let your jungler do how they play to their style. And if they're not good, then it will show. But if they are good and you're the one that's just holding your team back because you don't believe in them, that's just your show. Like, that's all on you. So, to be honest, Vayne Jungle is S tier. I would never doubt a Vayne Jungle. I'll tell you that right now. Like, early game might be shit. If you play Jax Jungle is really good. I'd probably give it like a S or A tier, like Fizz, right? But late game, he gets outscaled because of Vayne's true damage. So if you were feeding a Vayne as Jax Jungle, you're doing something wrong. Because Jax counters Akali, and she can counter Vayne if he's fed and he does it right, and he doesn't like lose to her early or die to some stupid thing. Then he could be S tier. Like he's not bad. Like, if you have a team comp where you don't know what's going to happen and you don't know who to choose, you can go Jax Jungle, honestly. And if you pull it off, you pull it off, or you don't know how to pull it off, then that's just like jungle diff, honestly. And like Lee Sin is right up there too. He's very good in S tier. Honestly, me personally, I don't like Lee Sin. Like I think he's A tier for me. Because every time I face a Lee Sin, they're used to doing what they're used to doing, but they never know how to play late game or how to play position well. It usually falls off in scales, right? Like when late game comes, he kind of just falls off because everyone is already getting their items getting stronger. So if you can last late game, you can beat Lee Sin. Even if the Lee Sin is popping off, taking every dragon and kills. Doesn't matter. If your team can pull off a late game scale comp against Lee Sin, then you win. Honestly, you just gotta make sure you don't feed too early to let him dominate you so hard to let his laners catch up. So that's why he's A tier for me. He's impressive because of the skill and kit And it takes really good skill to play good to be a good Lee Sin. I've seen a Lee Sin in a ranked game go like 0 deaths, take all the objectives and steal it and win and carry hard. That's why he could be S tier for a lot of people. But personally, I think he's A tier. Just because when I Zed Jungle, bro, I used to beat Lee Sin because I would be able to assassinate the guy or disengage because I was that good. So before the nerf, I would be able to counter Lee Sin. That's why he was never good enough for me to think he was good. But that maybe because I'm in NA or low elo, it's like that. You know, maybe a better Lee Sin would be a lot better. But like Vayne Jungle counters the shit out of Lee Sin like so hard if you like manage to not waste your roll and he misses his Q. Like if you can always hit that Q and you hit them, you roll again, right? As long as you don't tap it early and miss it. I think someone's streaming because I hear a echo, so can they mute that? Sorry, I'm just trying to like listen to myself. My apologies. I don't know who it is, but anyways, my tier list is basically purely on my experience and how it feels to play in lower rank elo. So this is not like a high rank tier list. It's like if you want to climb but you're not that great but you still want to climb, you know, being a decent player and pulling off some stuff. Like this stuff is complicated. Like you're not going to be able to pull this off unless you have experience and you play some games first in PvP and AI so that you can get a better feel how to path or jungle. And I can talk about pathing another day, but I still think Zed right now is very weak just because of the nerfs. So I still put him like at C tier for jungle. And Lee Sin is still not nerfed at all whatsoever, so he's still A tier. And now let's go with Galio Jungle. Oh my god, Galio Jungle, what a man, bro. Galio Jungle was so fun. I'm debating between being A tier because in low ranks, I had troll duos or troll teammates that would feed so much that I decided to play Galio Jungle and ult them to save their life when they're dying or feeding, so that I can counter kill and steal them. So that way I can just farm and do whatever I want, and then when I'm nearby pathing, I just ult and, you know, I either take the kill or I save them. So Galio Jungle is B tier for me. He's, if you build AP tank right, you get like Morella's first item, do some damage, and then just go tank from there, you're good. Like you're so thick. So thick. It's like a Braum. It's like facing a Braum. You get like aftershock, right? And then like just having some tank items. I think I build Randuin's, Demon's Plate. You know, just a bunch of armor items. You can experiment which one you want, but mostly it's just that. Sometimes Abyssal too against magic magic people or AP. And anyway, so as I was saying, let's go to Gragas Jungle. Okay, Gragas Jungle is actually so good, but I feel like he's better in higher elo. Like in low elo, I get all the kills, but I still can't win the game. Mainly because he has to reload, and you have to understand his kit. You can also cancel his reload animation with like a dash, I think. So when you have to reload after the second time, you dash again after when he's reloading, so you cancel the animation to auto quicker. So he's good, yes. He's like Vayne, but just shorter range. And I would put him at B tier, just for low elo. Because you can get the kills, you can definitely carry hard, smurf it, but I don't see it very well in lower elo because most of the time, the kills you want, you don't want to take every single kill, you want to help your team get some kills. And if you're the only person fed and you have this short range, it's not going to do well, especially if you don't use rapid fire cannon. I definitely recommend that. Let's talk about, since I already talked about Graves, let's talk about Lucian, because I did Lucian Jungle too. Lucian Jungle is definitely above Graves Jungle, in my opinion. Where is Lucian? Lucian. Wait, there's no Lucian either? What the heck? What is this tier list? Like, how... Like, I don't know who made this, but they don't have all the champs here, which sucks. Okay, so if you saw Lucian on here, Lucian would be like A tier jungle for me. Because I used to carry games where I had weak ADCs or troll ADC or quirky ADC, not enough range, right? Against like Draven. So I would put him at A tier, maybe close to B tier too as well, like Graves. Lucian Jungle for me, I was able to 1v9. I was able to steal Elder Dragon. I was able to carry my games. It was very good. I definitely would still do it again. It's kind of like Granger from Mobile Legends if you play it. Except that he's more like style of Jhin, because Jhin has like crit and like his autos and stuff like that with the 4 shot. Like, it's like Jhin and Lucian combined, if I was to describe it, Granger. It's just Granger has more mobility. A lot of champs in Mobile Legends have more mobility or more, I guess, snowbally. So it's hard to come back in Mobile Legends than it is Wild Rift. It's definitely hard to also come back on Wild Rift if your team is very behind, but I have done the impossible. I've won games where the enemy team doubled my kills. I have won games from comebacks and stealing Baron or Elder Dragon. It really just takes a very good player to make the difference. It takes that plus some teamwork. So keep in mind that not all games are lost. If your teammate says GG early, don't say anything, just mute them, because they have already lost their mind, their mental, they gave them up. You're still trying to win, so you just ignore them. Because I did remember someone say that, the streamer did that, and we could have just won this game if they just didn't say something like that. It made my teammate feel bad, and then we made a bad play right after that. So don't ever say anything stupid or bad to make your team feel tilted. That's another advice I would give. I want to talk about Mundo and Garen and Gragas, because these three are like really good tanks, but we don't see it. Like, we don't see Gragas Jungle too much. I used to see it a lot when I was in gold, and Mundo too. I used to see some of it when I was lower elo, and Garen Jungle is not very common, but I can see it in support too. I seen Garen support, weird, but it works. And Garen is a very annoying champ. I used to ban Garen all the time just because he just deals so much wasting your time and chasing. People are dumb, they chase Garen like sin, you know? So like, I ban Garen because he also does true damage to me, or if he's focusing me too. So Garen, if he was to jungle and you do it right, he could be A, B tier, depending how you do it. I used to do Garen Jungle. I would literally tower dive ult them. It was so much fun. Garen Jungle was really fun, I'm not gonna lie. Like, a really good Garen could be A tier, but most of the time, if you're just an average player, you're probably going to be a B tier jungler. So Gragas, let's talk about him. He is better tank than AP. I played AP Gragas. Oh my god, dude, it was so boring. I had 0 kills all game. My teammates stole all my kills. It was so weird. And I literally got 1 kill finally alone when they were alone in the jungle. I killed them. And I remember this, and I was like, bro, Gragas Jungle is so ass. Like, you actually need to play just tank Gragas. Tank Gragas is so good, actually. Like, that would be like a Nunu tank, right? So tank Gragas is so much better than AP Gragas. I'll let you know that right now. It's, if you're playing jungle, at least, you know. So I put that in C tier. It could be better, it could be B tier, but I don't really see a lot of Gragas Jungle. He can counter Lucian, actually. I remember I was playing against my friend streamer Richu, and he was on the PvP team. We were PvP, not ranked. He was playing Gragas, and I was Lucian, and I tried to Q and follow up, but he just bumped me under tower, and I just died. But I did steal his red buff level 1. That was really funny. He was like, what the fuck? And then he flash failed. I laughed so hard. He's diamond jungler, but he's like a master in his world. That he was 3 LP away, or 3 points away from master, but then he just lost it all. In my opinion, he's a good jungler. He likes to play tanks a lot, and he can be better if he does better itemization and explore some of the better early item spikes instead of just always going tank items and stuff. I know you have to tank for the objective, but like, there's some games where your team has no damage and you just gotta play some damage carry junglers, you know? So I would say Gragas could be B tier too as well, I guess, if you're really good with him. Mundo, he got reworked. I also think he's B tier. He's actually really strong. Like, honestly, if I was playing Pantheon versus Gragas and the stun doesn't hit me because I'm Mundo, the passive. I don't know too much about Mundo's kit because I haven't read or remember everything about it, but I just know, like, with his new kit and passive, like, if you stun him, it doesn't work. I don't even know if Blitzcrank hook works. I think no. I'm gonna assume no. If it's up, then it doesn't hook him. I think so. And then, like, if you're actually playing jungle with Mundo with no smite, because I actually did this by accident and I actually won the game in PvP, it is good to have smite though when you're playing rank and you want to get the objectives, for sure. But I am telling you this, if you were a noob jungler and you accidentally forget smite on Mundo, you could still win with Ignite Flash Mundo jungling. It's actually really fun. I don't know how it worked, but it worked for me, because late game when you're really strong and everything, and they take forever to kill you, you have Ignite, you just kill them. Like, you get your Q slow and you just keep poking them, or you can disengage with your Q2 when they try to chase you. It's so good. Like, the only way you can lose early is if they build early mortar reminder and then just feed off you like a sucking bag. Like, if Set can just punch you up, steal life from you, and kill you. So, like, yeah, you don't want to play Mundo versus Set for sure. Set, if he was on this list, he would be up there, okay? Jarvan, let's go with Jarvan. I think he's A tier. Jarvan is definitely good. He's like Vi, right? In a sort of sense, if you ult someone, they're stuck until the ult's over. But then you can flash out Jarvan ult versus as Vi. Vi ult will just CC you down, and then if she flashes behind you after she ults and punches you back so you even get more CC, like I do that trick too. Vi is really fun too on PC. I used to play a lot of Vi and Zed. Both of them are my favorite champions to jungle. I made some crazy crit builds Vi and won with that to carry my games, or Bloodthirster Vi. I had to use Cleaver first. Always go Cleaver first. If you play Vibe, always go Cleaver first. You definitely want Cleaver. You only want Trinity Force if you want CDR, movement speed, and like against squishies. But if you're playing against tanks, Cleaver is really good on Vi, plus some more extra health. And then Jarvan, same thing. I always go Cleaver on Jarvan. You only go Bloodthirster if you feel like they're really squishy and there's not a lot of tanks and you just want to do damage a lot. Or Youmuu's first. Youmuu's is great on Jarvan. Holy shit. Youmuu's Jarvan first item, holy shit, it does so much damage. So a lot of times, as a tank, you don't want to steal the kills so you get your carries to get the kills. But because I don't trust NA and the low elo and all the bullshit trolls, you have to take matters in your own hand to carry in the jungle. You want the gold, you want the kills, that's how you want to win this game. So for Jarvan, I would either go Cleaver if they're against tanks, and then go into like maybe Mortar and Mire too, so like I can cancel their anti-heal if they're really tanky. If not, I go straight for like maybe a Youmuu's right after that for CDR. Because Jarvan, you want CDR. You want that CDR so you can combo your skills quicker, your javelin throw, and then you just ult over, or you first skill or your third skill. Third skill, it will always land that. It will always land that if you're nearby. You'll go straight to it immediately. It's almost like a flash, right? Your first skill is a little more delayed. If you drag it, it's a little more delayed. It's better to drag too because it will actually be more accurate when you hit your Jarvan spear combo. And then yeah, so personally, if you see someone, you just ult them right away. They had try to flash away. You just throw your javelin across and you just, you know, go across jump with your first skill. So Jarvan's really OP. I like definitely Cleaver, Youmuu's, and then Bloodthirster. Bloodthirster helps with like, or I'll go Randuin's too. Randuin's armor, if I need to tank a little bit before I go Bloodthirster or a lifesteal item. I would prefer Bloodthirster over Bork, but it always depends. If I'm playing against Master Yi, Bork would be nice because of the attack speed and stuff and lifesteal. And then the Bloodthirster would be better for, I guess, one-shotting them with your ult and stuff. It's really fun one-shotting people with Bloodthirster. Bloodthirster is a 1v9 item. You play Draven, you're gonna carry that game with Bloodthirster, and that's how it's gonna go because it's definitely great for team fighting a lot. So Jarvan is really fun. Tryndamere counters Jarvan. Let's just talk about Tryndamere right now. He's this champ is not, is he listed? I don't know. I'm kind of blind to see him. I guess he's not on this list either. Okay, if Tryndamere was on here, imagine if he was, he would be either above Jarvan just because he can just run like, I mean, actually he's really good. Like honestly, in all elo and ranks, if you know how Tryndamere well, he could just be S rank. A lot of times, I think someone just told me in Discord, like, if they play Tryndamere in solo queue, they can literally just climb like that because no one knows how to deal with them. And that's kind of true. It's, you just have to deal with them like a master. You just gotta CC him and keep your distance. That's all you want. And poking and range wise, if your ADC's fed, then it'll definitely shut down a decent Tryndamere or any Tryndamere. So, I mean, I would put Tryndamere S tier, honestly. Like, if I put Jax S tier, then I would put Tryndamere S tier because they literally do the same thing. They jump on you, bro. They just go, like, Tryndamere can just jump over the wall. I mean, not jump, like, spin through the wall, and Jax can just jump over walls. Like, if he sees a teammate, he can jump to, like, a teammate, like Katarina, or, like, a plant, or, like, a ward that you can see and attack, you know? He can't ward hop. They don't have that on there, I think. I think maybe they kind of did, but I don't know. It was like a while back, and then they changed it again. I really don't remember, to be honest. I played Jax Jungle, but I didn't like it. It wasn't like my vibe. Jax Jungle is very good for me because I get the kills early, but then my team gets no kills and we lose. Somehow, because I don't know why, they don't get any stronger, or they're just not good. They're tilted. It's so weird. Laner's mental is like this. First blood to the enemy team, it's over. The lane is over. The first blood gives them a head, level XP, and everything. It's just over. So that's why a lot of times when a laner dies really quick, I'm like, how the fuck did you die in like 3 seconds when the game just started? Like, I really don't understand how laners can do that. You have a tower, bro. I'm a jungler. I don't got nothing. I'm literally going out, opening, visiting people's backyard. Like, hey, can I just steal this real quick, or can I just put a ward right there? Like, I have so much more risk than you, a laner who's literally next to a tower right behind you. I don't got no tower. I'm a jungle, bro. The towers are everywhere. I had to make sure I know where to go if I ever get ganked and stuff. So that's what you gotta do when you're pushing too much extent. You gotta ward down that bush in the river so you don't get ganked. And if you're playing aggressively like a Draven, I'm gonna camp you. If you play aggressively like a Yasuo, I'm gonna camp you. Like champs like that are made to play aggressively without thinking and warding, well then you know what to do. You see a Vayne top, you're gonna camp that Vayne early. Otherwise she's gonna get fed and your barely is gonna blame you because you didn't gank early. That's kind of true, and at the same time it just feels, because if you were playing on that top side and versus that Vayne, you would want your jungler to come help you too. So like, yeah, any ADC top range, example Draven, holy shit, Draven top Baron, actually OP. If they're ahead, super OP. Vayne, same thing, super OP. Lucian, same thing, very OP if they are ahead. Like, honestly, you have to do good amount of work to be a good ADC Baron laner. It's like solo queue. It's like if you're ADC main, you want to just solo Baron, but then you have no tank on your team, so you have to get a support on your team or jungler to go tank. You just have to. How are you going to get objective without frontline? How are you going to get objective without face checking? So you just have to get that when that happens. So, yeah. I did do Draven Jungle. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite. If I were to put Draven Jungle, it'd be like a C, I guess. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend doing Ezreal or Draven Jungle. It's a lot more harder than it looks. Even Katarina Jungle I did. Katarina Jungle is actually not bad. I give it a B tier. I went 80 cat and I just sustained and I just killed everyone. I stole the dragon. I still have videos on my phone. I really want to post that before I forget. It's been so long, but it was like a couple, I think maybe when I started around season 3, I guess. I started doing a lot of things and testing out AD Katarina Jungle, how I preferred it over AP. Katarina AD Jungle is not bad, especially if you know how to get your items right and you're playing, like, I guess building wise itemization, you just go for crit, honestly. Crit, and then yeah, you just kill them all. It's so fun. And if you're going for, like, I guess team fighting, trying to do a lot of team fighting, AP is better. But if you're going for like solo kills, AD is better, I think. Just because the crit sustain for jungle is really nice when you play jungle Katarina. It's really hard, I'm not gonna lie, but you can pull it off. You have a lot of movement speed and you can use your jump thing, right, to a teammate, or even plants and the jump plant and then the fruit, right, to heal. So if you use that right, you can actually outmaneuver your enemy team. It's so funny. Katarina is so annoying. Like, a good Katarina will stomp you. It's super fast. If you want to climb like solo mid lane, Katarina is a very good high win rate. That's why I love Katarina high win rate. Mainly because people just don't know how to deal with her and CC her right, or combo her, or like how it works. Like with her, a lot of times in ARAM is really fun too. I haven't done any Katarina Jungle recently, so I can't say for sure how she would do. I just put her right in the middle. And then let's go with Master Yi. Master Yi is definitely annoying. If he's really fed, you can't deal much about it because he's so fed, because your teammates are dumb. So yeah, he can run you down too. I also have a really nice build on Yi. I have 3 different builds. I have one normally, I guess you can say. Another one for like speed, mobility. I even put Youmu's and Ghost, and like, dude, they are so dead. Like, if I get Youmu's plus a Bork, dude, you better just sit there, because if I got Ghost and Youmu's running at you with Bork, you're so dead. I'm gonna hit that slow. There is not much you can do unless you have some kind of CC or Malphite saves you, you know? So like, Master Yi is annoying. People don't ban the champ. You can actually climb with Master Yi. He's underrated. He's very 1v9 if you're fed, like really fed. Like, even just some kills early and to late game and stuff, you're just not tanky. So you, instead of being tanky, you would have more sustained by life stealing and stuff. So I put him at A tier. He could be worse if people stun you, like Pantheon. Pantheon's in here, right? Pantheon's in here. Yes, thank God Pantheon's in here. I was about to say. Pantheon is also good. So Pantheon can counter Yi. I did this as Pantheon. They chose Master Yi. I just went Pantheon. I went and steal Master Yi's red buff level 1. Killed him, stole it, killed him again because I knew he'd come back to be tilted to see if I'm still there. So I hid in the bush, I just killed him again, took his chickens or raptors, and then when he tried to come again, I killed him again a third time, and I took Krugs, and then I killed their Baron laner, and then it was like GG. Like they literally just, the whole duo lane was like, what the fuck in the first 3 minutes, came up top to try to help him, but I was gone. By then I was gone. I went to my blue side, I went to red side, and they were like, what the fuck? And it was a ranked game, by the way. And then I went down to bot side, and then by the time they're all up there, the duo lane is ahead, pushing tower, getting gold. It was so funny. I enjoyed it. Pantheon Jungle is very cracked. Actually, instead of A tier, I'm gonna put him S tier. This boy can literally carry games if you play it right. You have a ward at Elder or Baron, you can steal that shit with your ult. If you time it right, usually between 4k to 5k or 3k HP, I usually would ult in, depending on how much damage they do quickly and burst it. And then if you have that global ult, you can literally take one objective to another. You can actually take Dragon, recall, and then ult into Baron Pit. Or take Baron, recall, ult into Drag Pit to get Dragon. Either way, you can do whatever you want with Pantheon. He stuns, deal damage, and then just has a good amount of immune damage when he does his third skill. So with Pantheon, he just falls off late game. So if you make a build into late game, like my crit Pantheon build jungle, super nice and super fun. So what you want to do for Pantheon, my jungle, is I would always go Cleaver first, you know, some health plus movement speed, you get a kill. You know, you get movement speed after you get that kill, right? You can run away. So that, or Yo moves, if you want to go lethality and not be a tanky, you want to be squishy, you could run at them, right? Kind of like a Master Yi, like running at them. But then I always like Bork right after Cleaver just to get the slow too. And then after that, I would go like Mortar Reminder if they're saying tanks are anti, like just like not letting them heal up fast, so I can just keep poking them and killing them, right? Just repetitively, so they can't heal enough quicker, and I'll heal more quicker because I have that item for Mortar Reminder, the green one that reduces the anti-heal, or it reduces your healing. Yeah. Anyway, so I would do that, or not even finish it, and then go straight to Bloodthirster. Bloodthirster, oh my god, Bloodthirster Pantheon is so cracked. They literally will make you champ 1v9 if you get the item on. Honestly, I would do that, and then maybe GA Guardian Angel, and then you're good. Honestly, Magic AP would be the counter to Pantheon in this build, because I do not have any magic resist, but if I buy Merc Boots, I'm pretty good. And if I get Stasis, pretty good if they try to burst me. And if I really want to win my team fights, I can either go with the slow Shadow Ionian, so I don't have to face check, and it will just check for me, and then catch people off guard, and I'll just kill them in a 1v1 or something like that, or even 1v2s. Or I'll go like Locket of Gluttony to get my team shields so they don't die as quick, and then I just help him out. So yeah, he's S tier if you jungle with him. Won a lot of games, got out gold into plat, carried my games. You still get into like Emerald Diamond with Pantheon Jungle. He just doesn't work that well late game when ADCs are fed and they just one shot you or two shot you, so keep that in mind. Let's talk about Nasus Jungle. Oh, Nasus Jungle was so fun. A tier. Definitely A tier. He's weak early, right? He's not that strong, but let's say example you do with my strategy, my counter jungle evade. You kill them level 1 and take red buff. Dude, now you got a literally slow. You take their whatever Krugs, if you want to go gank Baron, you take their Krugs and then you just get level 2, level, I think, yeah, you'll get level 2, maybe level 3. Depending on your XP, I don't know, it might take a little longer. But I think, yeah, you just go straight to Krugs and then you just gank Baron lane. They're slowed, red buff on, you kill them. Yeah, if your Baron lane is shit and you want to tank for your team plus a slow plus AP, and you want to tank and go tank Nasus into AD, you can do whatever you want. Nasus is very versatile. Like he's really like, I'd not say 1v9, but maybe like 2v8. If you get another champ with Nasus together, example was Tryndamere, bro, Tryndamere, but Nasus slow wither plus Tryndamere slow, oh my god, they're so tilted. They're gonna be so tilted. You play jungle with a Baron laner like Nasus, and you play Tryndamere, oh my god, they're gonna be so tilted. I made an Irelia Diamond player tilt the fuck. Like, they died 8 times. After 8 deaths, they finally ran it down, started going to my base, running to the tower. Diamond players, by the way. It was PvP too, but like still, like it was just so funny how I just shit on their jungler level 1. I do this because I want to see how good the enemy jungler is and get cheese, and they won't be able to learn because they don't understand what happened. The only way to learn how to not get counter jungle is to learn how to counter jungle or switch and go take my red buff when I'm doing their red buff. That's the only way you can actually make up for it. But if you take my red buff too slow and I recall and I come catch you, you're dead. So like you have to actually keep in mind that I'm not just an experienced jungler or a counter jungler, but I will know your intentions. I would know what you're gonna do next by playing inside your mind. Because being a jungler is like playing chess. You want to try to get inside your opponent's mind and win the game. So Nasus Jungle could be S tier, but honestly, alone, if your solo queue is A tier. It takes, if you're going for the farm stacks, you max Q, but honestly, if you're going for AP, max the third skill for like that range, you drop that and they're dead. Like they're just dead, honestly. So you wither, drop that down, and then just mac them to death. You could go Trinity Force if you want, and then Solarius is very OP. Trinity Force, Solarius, Borg, you know, it's very OP as fuck. Like even Trinity Force plus like Iceborne Gauntlet plus Borg plus Solarius, you're just OP as fuck. Or like if you want to go against tanks more, you can do Cleaver as well. Cleaver, Borg, Lifesteal, right? More Reminder, and then Iceborne Gauntlet, because Iceborne Gauntlet is really good on Nasus actually. Like straight up, I think I saw Nasus Iceborne Gauntlet, first item or second item, do very well. I better prefer second item though, not first item. But the slow is really nice when you auto. So depending on how you build Nasus, right, is how you want to put your skills into. You're going for AP, you go for that third skill. You're going for AD, you want to put for that first skill, for the auto attacks, you know? So that's my opinion. You want to max that first. And then what is another good jungler, I think? Okay, so let's talk about Wukong. Wukong is definitely in my book between S and A tier. If it was an S minus, I put that there. But in my example, I think Wukong is S tier just because there's so many things that you don't know about Wukong. You can actually do a triple ult with his ult. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it means like you can throw your shadow. You can flash shadow if you want. Ult behind them, so when they go to your shadow and you see their clone, they think that's you right there, but it's not. That's your clone. Then that ult will hit them. So you're basically, I'm saying it's like this. So they're trying to run away to the tower, right? You would flash in front of them shadow, then ult and follow them, and your clone will also hit them in the zone that they're going to, and then you have ult again. So that's a triple ult with your ult. I think you can get 3 knockups if you're really good with it, but honestly, most of the time I usually get 2 knockups because I'm probably gonna hit them with my first ult while I'm moving, and then my second ult is already hitting them. So I don't know, by the time the decoy runs out, it runs out. You would have to either ult first, then flash, then clone, then ult again, and then your ult, where your clone will ult too, and then you follow up, following them with your ults the second time. It's not complicated when I say it, but yeah. Wukong is really nice. Whenever you throw your clone down, it copies your last skill. Whatever you auto or use your other abilities, it will copy whatever that. So it's really nice. Even your ults. So Wukong can carry 1v9 games. You just have to have the right build. Personally, I hated playing games with Wukong because I would win so hard early, mid. It's fun. I'm winning the game. We win the game like that. Or my team is so shit. It's so dog shit. My ADC is so shit, and I can't win this game because they're so shit. And I literally 1v9, steal Baron, steal Airlure. The only way to win, but then they still can't win me the game. That's how bad it is, bro. Sometimes I just feel like, wow, bro, what else do I need to do, bro? I took every objective. I killed them. Like, all you gotta do is just auto them. Like, how hard is that, dude? How hard is it just to hit the skill to auto, bro? Just like, don't die early. Just reposition yourself well and let me carry you, bro. That's how it feels to be Wukong for me. Like, I just hate NA ADCs a lot, bro. They just they just don't do anything sometimes. Like, they take red buff, then die, and then give red buff, and I'm just like, okay, great. I would usually give red buff to a good ADC, but if they're bad, maybe I won't give them, because they'll probably be tilted and just die anyways. That will happen to you too, especially if you play ADC. That's gonna eventually happen to you at one point, or even when your team is so ahead, but your jungler still doesn't give you red buff mid-late game to help you get the next objective. Because really, ADC red buff is really OP. I would know, because Vayne Jungle with red buff is so OP, it's broken as fuck. So between S and A, I'm actually gonna bring it down to A tier, because you just don't have range. You can have certain itemization. You can build right into tank damage. I like going CDR on Wukong, so mostly I think Yomu's, Cleaver, Dust are very good items, and then Bork, and then you can either do Spear Visage actually if you want to go more tank and more heal. just as to last longer to take objectives after a fight, you know, regen. So you could do Spear Visage and Random Wins to help tank for like by the time they're getting their items and getting stronger. And then G8 or Mortar Reminder to take down tanks. Like if you're trying to carry your game and you have no damage, go Mortar Reminder and just, I guess, don't take if your GA is down, sell your GA, get Mortar Reminder. But if your GA is up, keep it and use it until you need to. I'd probably get GA like 5th item, I guess. Or not 5th item, 4th item, my bad. Just to help you take objectives in future fights. Let's talk about Twisted Fate Jungle. I did this video in rank and gold 1, playing with Witchu Smurf. Did 3 games. We won. Was it 2 games or 1 game? I think we won 2 games. We lost 1, the first one, and then we won 2 games in Twisted Fate Jungle. Twisted Fate Jungle, AD, not AP. AD Twisted Fate Jungle is actually not too bad. It's like playing with Galio on your team, so I put that B tier. Oh, okay, there you go. I was thinking it could have been S tier, but there's actually, the more I realized like how it was back then to now, at the time I thought it was like really strong, could have been A S tier. Twisted Fate AD Jungle, you max the 3rd skill to auto attack faster, and you buy like certain items. Example, I usually go Bork or like Yomus or Bork first, and then you want to kite them. You just want speed, mobility, right? And then like rapid fire cannon is good too. You can also get 1 AP item like Rod of Ages to like sustain into late game if you wanted to. Really, I don't know. It's up to you. It also helps because you scale with AP, so if you want 1 AP item, you can do that. It's not a bad idea. But when I was doing it, I was doing like all AD. Like I had PD, Phantom Dancer, and like, dude, I'm telling you right now, guys, Twisted Fate max 3rd skill into AD, into like some items like Yasuo. Like if you build like a Yasuo build, holy shit, dude, you are on fire. You're gonna be spinning out attacks like you're the Terminator, bro. You're like, and you just kill them all, bro. I literally killed like 3 people like so fast, and I'm like, what the fuck? At a certain point in the game, you're gonna be so strong just to take out everyone. Like anyone walking your patch, stunned, dead. You're just like this. This is you. This is my gameplay of Twisted Fate AD Jungle. Like you have ult raid, you know they're on dragon, just ult nearby, steal it, smite it, or like take an objective too. The only thing is you have to have a tank on your team. If you don't have a Baron laner that's good or a good tank like support, then you're gonna probably fall off because it's hard to face check or get into positions where you want to like collapse on it and steal the objective. That's the only problem about Twisted Fate Jungle. Is that early game, especially if you're playing against Jax, always ban Jax if you're playing Twisted Fate, because he'll smack your ass, he'll beat the shit out of you. Even if you're ahead, he'll just beat the shit out of you later if you don't play it right. You can go Ghost and Smite and kite them, especially if you're playing against Jax. You can kite the fuck out of them, beat them up, follow them up, but you just can't really do anything if he flashes and stuns you and, you know, combos you to death. So like, you just gotta keep that in mind. Early game, Twisted Fate is actually decent, not too bad. Clearing wise, I usually take the red buff after I kill them or something like that, and take the red buff, go into like Krugs and gank Baron, or I can go back to my blue buff, rotate to gank mid, or just go back to buy items and then go to my red buff, right? So counter jungle, like I said, the pathing is different for everyone. No one jungles like I do. I would tell you right now, no one fucking counters jungle. No one does it. I watch diamond streamers, they don't do anything like that. If they do, it would take a lot of balls to pull it off because it's so hard to do it. And then you have to be really good. And if you're a really good jungler, you'll pull it off because you'll be able to know how to do it. But if you're not, then you're probably going to backfire and it's going to be hard to get your team ahead if you die or anything shit happens. Like if you die to ADC with red buff, that's super bad. It's terrible. That's the worst thing you can do. The best thing you can do is steal red buff, make them blow sums and try to run or bait them or die to their tower, and hopefully the jungler gets it in first blood. Like, you want to have no laners getting first blood. First blood laner, they'll get more XP gold and then be ahead. So you want to kill their jungler or get killed by their jungler, basically. In a sense, because you can still come back as jungle. Like, they do dragon first, right? They're ahead. Then you steal their dragon and now you're ahead, you know? So, like, you just gotta think about how you do it. Like, you kill them stuff, and then you counter kill later on to get the bounty shut down, you know? So jungle is a very complicated role. If you want to learn more, you can watch on my stream or some of my videos how I do it. Sometimes I troll on purpose to let the enemy jungler take and kill me first. Why do you say that? Why do you think I do that? It's because I know I can probably win the game if they choke or make one mistake. If they make one mistake, get cocky, try to do something stupid or brave, and then I kill them. And late game, the timers are super long, so yeah, you can come back like that. All right, let's keep going on. I think Olaf Jungle is... It's not bad. A or B tier, depending how you use Olaf. I'm putting him in A tier. I don't use Olaf Jungle, sadly enough. I can't use them enough to carry games. Usually, if I do good early, it doesn't matter because late game they just win. Because my ADC is like, I don't know, brainless, and then yeah, they just kite me and kill me. Like usually when I used to play PC, Olaf was really good. I saw so many carries from him. But just for me in general, Olaf is such a bread. It's like Garen. It's like playing Garen, bro. He's so brain dead. There's nothing you can really think in your head to like really outplay the enemy and outplay your position wise. You just walk up, smack them, and kill them. That's it. You have ults. You use your ults. You do more damage when you ult, but you also take more damage too. So just keep in mind that. And then yeah, you want ults to burst down them quickly and get the fuck out. That's usually what you gotta do. Olaf is great for running at them like a Master Yi. Bad late game when it comes to like falling off like Lee. Decent early mid. Early Olaf level 1's OP. Throw that hammer or axe or whatever and then reset it and then just follow up Q. Or it slows by them. I can't say too much on Olaf. That's pretty much it. I don't play him a lot. Xin Zhao, I played him some. He was very OP when I made a build. I put him in B tier though because he's very good early on, early game, right? But later, late game, he also falls off like Olaf. The thing is, if you use Xin Zhao right, you have to use it as a disengage for your ult or combo your ult quickly and perfectly to kill them and execute them. So this is what you usually do in Xin Zhao. Like if you were going Xin Zhao into like Yi, for example, let's just say for example, you want to just get your third Q ready to like, you know, knock him up, or you want to just third skill into second skill, slow him, and then spam your first skill till he's about to heal, right? Let's say he's healing, then you knock him up, and he can't heal anymore because you just knocked him up mid-air when he was healing. So his heal is on cooldown, he just has Alpha Strike, right? Or his first skill to do damage and then jump to you. And then you could just literally flash behind him when he does that and then ults, and then he'll be on your side of the area so that when he tries to run, he can't run anywhere, and then you just follow up, kill him with your third skill if it's back, if it's on cooldown. Usually I max the first skill, then third skill, but honestly, maybe I should start maxing the third skill into second skill because the second skill has more range and more poke, and I don't think you need to max the first. I mean, maxing the first skill does more damage for sure. I feel like a lot of times I just don't like Xin Zhao when it comes to like, you can be so ahead, you can be so strong early, but later on your teammates are just, I don't know what they're doing, dude. They just, without you there, they just die. So you just gotta follow them around, you know? So you're playing pretty much disengaged babysitter using Xin Zhao. Versus as you could play like maybe towards a stronger team and win 1v1, but then later they 2v1 you, beat you and stuff, so you just gotta be careful about that. I 1v2 people actually and beat them too. They chased me so hard. It was like this Nunu and Brand, they chased me under tower and I killed them. Like I had like 1 HP, but I comboed it right. I think it was on TikTok too, and maybe some of my videos on YouTube if I posted. I don't know actually if I posted on YouTube. It's probably just my TikTok. Yeah, go ahead and follow my TikTok if you want to see all my jungle plays and outplays. Like it's just blue chip YouTube and then LOL, and that's it. And it's so good. I have so many great plays on jungling. Like whenever I made a great play, I would post it on there and clip it, but I don't really have some or all of it on YouTube. Let's talk about Vi Jungle. I probably say Vi Jungle is right around here. A tier. He's like I said, Jarvan Camille. They both have like that ult to like, you know, lock them in place. I go Cleaver. You want to go for early crit damage and everything? You can go Bloodthirster after that and just hard carry it like I do with other characters on jungler. Jarvan too, like it depends. Like if I really want a hard early carry, you know, Cleaver, Bloodthirster, guys, it's kind of GG if you can get that pretty quick. If not, then I go Cleaver, maybe go to, or maybe Trinity Force, because honestly, Trinity Force on Vi is pretty good too. Damage, movement speed, it helps a lot with the CDR. So honestly, depending on how you want to build it. Cleaver for cheaper price versus tanks. Trinity for more squishies and more damage. So yeah, keep that in mind. And then either more armor, randomins into Deadman's Plate, and then maybe Bork for sustain, or you can go Cleaver. You know, so you save money instead of getting Trinity Force, and then you want to do a little more damage. You can go Bloodthirster, Lifesteal plus crit, really great combo, and then you can also go into just armor items. Honestly, you just want GA, and then you can build from there. Any armor you want, and then if your GA pops, you can sell it, buy something else. So it's really good. GA early is not bad. I seen some GA items that I did to test things out, like Tryndamere and Nasus Jungle. I was playing rank, and my friend was on the enemy team. It was a diamond support, and they were just all focused on me. Like, I remember playing Nasus Jungle, and they were winning. Their team was winning as Lulu, and then I finally just had the GA ready, so when they all in me as Nasus, I came back alive, and then my team finally came, and we all killed them, and then we won the game. They all FF after that. I was like so big brained by going GA first item or something like that. Like, going GA at first item, depending on what champ, like Lee Sin GA first item is troll if you waste it, but if you use it right, it's really good. Like, they have to kill your GA before you actually die. So by the time you make all the plays and everything with GA, you feel more safer. It's like having stasis, right? You feel more safer to make proactive or riskier plays because you have the stasis or GA active, you know? So GA is a very unique item. You only get one shot to use it, right? Like stasis. You want to get that item whenever you have the chance. Usually I use it between fourth or not the last item, but the fourth item before last item. Because that way, when they kill me before a big objective, I still have it up to get the objective or pop up. Let's see, what else can I do? I've been seeing Zed Jungle sometimes. My friend Diamond lost to it. I was like really laughing because he was Pantheon. He just couldn't win late game. I don't know how that worked, but it worked. He should have just invaded the Zed level 1 and killed him as Pantheon. Let's talk about Shyvana Jungle. B tier. I think he's just... I won games and carried. And low elo coming out of gold to plat. There's other builds too. A lot of times my favorite build onto Shyvana right now, instead of tank before or AP before, is going actually like a Nasus or Tryndamere build. So I guess you can say Trinity Force into Bork. And then Solaris, and then boom, you're just doing a lot of damage and popping off. Then you can build Tank and Spirit Visage or Random Armor to, you know, sustain or GA. So yeah, same thing. I try to go in order by the champs and the build so that I can remember to tell you guys how it feels to play that champ in a sense. Kind of like the same style. You have a lot of movement speed in Shyvana too. Basically, you just want to have your ult ready. So the Fury, you just gotta punch things until your Fury's up for your ults. You're more way useful if you have ult. You don't have ult, don't try to fight. Just use it and play it smart until you get it. I usually max if AD Shyvana. I kind of max the third skill. I always max, I think, because it just gives the AOE damage to camps and stuff. So that plus second skill, you get more speed if you just want to go for split pushing and moving quicker around the map. And then I'll max my first skill last, or I'll just go first skill, then third skill, then second skill. It's kind of like Kha'Zix. You can choose what you want, how you do it. Actually, Kha'Zix is not on here yet. Kha'Zix, if he was on here, I put him at S tier. He's very good to carry 1v9. You do it right, you get ahead. Instead of like doing what I do, counter juggling, maybe the normal pathing would be better on him, so you don't risk a, you know, bad fail if they're warded their bush or they know you're trying to steal something like that. And higher elo, it's harder to do and pull it off, but I might be stuck just because a lot of times when it comes to pathing, I don't think about... I do think about it, like the champs I'm trying to kill and gank from them and pathing and how the timing is, but I should always remember, maybe it's not best to always counter jungle and take their red buff early, just because I want my team to know I'm not troll, and that maybe if I just path normally, their mental will be better. So example, when I had that really bad Fiora jungle game, not me being bad, but my team and my duo was arguing constantly and saying GG after when Set was picked into support. And then yeah, they had Annie support. And my Kai'Sa did less damage than Annie, by the way, and went 0-6 or something like that. It was really bad. I should just path normally for that one. Because if I went from blue buff to red buff and was there when they ganked them and stuff, I probably could have countered kill and then, you know, got ahead. If they get any free kills, it sucks for your duo. They're right behind, you don't get no kill. It's hard to come back, right? So it makes sense. In that sense, if I path from blue to my red buff versus as taking the red buff and going to my blue, then my red. So I could have just took the red buff, then recalled, went back to my red, but they probably took my red too at the same time. So I really wish my support or someone would warn my red buff, like mid laner maybe, for example. If not, like, example, if you're playing mid lane, you want to ward the left side of the enemy jungler's red buff by that bush in the middle. So that way, so when you know when they're coming to gank, you see it right away. You know they go red buff, like example, Yi or Lee, into a gank right away. So you have that ward, that's good. If you don't have that ward there, then I have to force the ward there instead of warding at their jungler buff to steal it and take it at their bush. In that case, I don't really try to steal it because it's too risky, but I might walk up and see if they're doing it or not, or if they're low, I can steal it still. So it really depends. As you get higher up, people don't ward right. Sometimes the enemy jungler comes to ward my blue buff and I'm hiding in that bush. So I wait, they go ward my blue bush. I know they don't have ward anymore. So I just wait until they come back, about 25 seconds. The vision plant's up. You can hit that to see them if they still try to do it or not. Sometimes I will back off, so I don't hit it. I purposely wait. I just wait until like 27, 28 seconds. I go check and I ward at the red bush into, you know, closer to them when they're doing it, and then I just might steal it or I kill them. Either way, I'm really good at counter jungle. Like, if you want to learn best from counter jungle, I'm definitely the guy to teach you everything from tips and tricks how to counter jungle well, smart, and the worst thing you should do when you die or fail in a counter jungle. So my jungling is completely different from other people that jungle. So just get that ahead. This is my skill and my experience, and if I'm heart stuck, it's not because of that, but it's mostly because people don't know how to play that style, or their mental is gone, or they play really shit, and I'm not doing normally what a normal jungler does. I'm still doing the same thing, it's just I'm taking the enemy jungler camps versus my camps, because I can always take my camps later on. Taking the enemy camps early, denying them anything, I try to do that so they can't farm, and then if they're forced to come to my side, and if I see they come and it's ward, I'll go kill them and take back what is mine, you know? So like a lot of times, if your champ is very strong to invade, you should definitely try doing some kind of invade. Set is really strong. Evelyn is also pretty strong. It depends how you do it too, because if they know you're doing it and they catch you, you could be a goner and you give them first blood. So depends how you do it. So if anyone watching right now, I'm just trying to talk about jungle tier list. Some of the champs here are not on the wall riff. Not all of them are there, so I would talk about it. If you missed it, sorry. I'm only gonna just talk about what I see, and then if I remember it. Recently they added Yuumi and Set. I'm not gonna do a Yuumi jungle. I don't think I'm gonna do that until, like, I don't know, I do some kind of big event, or maybe I get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube or like followers on Twitch. I don't know. Yuumi jungle would be really hard to pull off. I think maybe I could actually pull it off, just because I can feel like a sensor. I was thinking about doing a Wukong jungle before a Yuumi jungle. If I can pull that off, maybe I can do Yuumi jungle. Haven't done Wukong jungle yet, so I can't say for sure. I did... What else did I jungle? Oh, I did Zed Jungle. Zed Jungle was pretty fun. I would put him at B tier as well. Zed Jungle, the thing about her, like I said, not tanky. You want to get your ults and you want to just, you know, clear until you get items, kind of like Vayne. Except Vayne could be a lot more useful early on. Like, Zed has a root, so if you throw your first skill and you know, make them come back, it will root them. The more stacks you do that, it's better, more damage too. And then my friend told me they maxed the third skill for more root damage plus more like longer duration of it, which is weird for me because I always max the first skill for more damage, but I guess that works too if you're a laner, you know. Zed Jungle, I could go Smite, Flash, or Smite and Ghost. Ghost would like help a lot when it comes to chasing them. I did a really sick play on YouTube and people were like, what the fuck? And yeah, the enemy team was winning hard and I got a triple kill with Zed Jungle with just Ghost and Redemption to come back. I used Redemption when the wave was pushing into the tower and they all were feeling safe to get that tower. Wave disappears, I come from the side, I know it's warded, so I wait until that moment when they come because they feel like it's safe. They see, I know they probably warded near my blue buff, right? So I know they think I'm going to be coming soon. So I just wait. You can watch the YouTube video. It's actually hilarious. And then I kill them, triple kill with Zed Jungle ults. it was like Zed Jungle feels like Talon Jungle, bro. Like I literally was like comparing it, and I was thinking, yo, did I just make a Talon Jungle build on Zaya, like Yomus and all that stuff, like the Dallas CDR? So fun. It was so fun, actually. Like some of this stuff I talk about is really fun. You're a new player or old player, you can try it out, but like I said, I did a lot of PvP before I tried some of these in rank. Some champs I didn't always use in rank. Some champs I tried PvP AI before I do in rank, so I don't troll my teammates. And yeah, some of them were fails, some of them were successful. It's really, jungle life is very complicated. You gotta try it all. It's like eating a buffet. You just gotta try everything once, you know? Like, even if you don't like it or you think it's not gonna taste good, try it, you know? Who knows? You might like it or not. I did Tristana Jungle too. I'd say it's between C and D. It's not. I had a fucking Annie ADC or Seraphine ADC. I don't know what it was. It wasn't an ADC, that's for sure. So then I was like, okay, I'm going Tristana Jungle because they had was it Lucian and Yasuo? No, it wasn't Yasuo. It was like some kind of team comp that I had a feeling I needed to jump away after I get a kill, and it worked. I was getting kills and jumping away. They would try to kill me 2v1. I killed maybe 1 or 2 before I die or something like that. It wasn't bad, but like the thing is, Tristana Jungle, like I said, ADC, you want to keep it poke range, you want to kite, you don't want to waste your jump in early unless you know it's very low and you actually get the kill. Dude, I played Tristana ADC and stole Baron, and I was so, it was rank, right? I wasn't jungle, but like, this is true story. It was literally late game. Orianna was carrying the enemy team so hard, and I was like, fuck, dude, I don't think we can win this. But then my teammates, my Riven Jungle, who wasn't doing much damage, and my support, I think of Senna, they didn't give up, and they made me try. So I tried. Even after from my disconnection from bad Wi-Fi or something, I don't know what happened, but yeah, that happened. And then I rejoined the game, so that's why I couldn't show my ranked game and replay. Had to ask a friend to replay it and record it and send it to me on YouTube. That's why it's blurry, but I basically did an ultimate comeback. I knocked 3 people with my ult on Tristana out of the Baron pit. It was a Pantheon, someone, I don't know, Orion, I don't remember who it was, but it was like a Pantheon, right? I just remember hitting a Pantheon with my ult. Dude, he flew from the Baron pit, hit Lux on the outside of the Baron pit, their Lux, and then the Orianna, and they all just like killed Lux. They killed my Lux. I think it was my Lux, actually. Did I kill my own Lux? I don't remember if I killed my own teammate. It was so funny. I think it was their teammate, but I basically got a kill off that ult. Then I jumped into the Baron pit. I stole Baron pit, and I was like, holy shit, I'm cracked. And then I got kills, and then I just bounced off, and then we won the game. We pushed I think it was Baron lane? Yeah, so Baron lane, we pushed that one, got the tower, and me and Riven just won the game. I told my center friend to come help, and then by the end it was over. We made a huge comeback. We basically did the dirtiest thing to win a game. Like, holy shit, I was lagging. I rejoined. They were winning so hard. My team was shit. My Aurelia was so tryhard. So tryhard. Hit like 50 or 60k damage at the end of the game. She was having a mental breakdown and like saying we suck and bad and everything. Because it was true. We were so shit. And I deeply apologize in that game. If I really ever seen any of my videos, I said, like, I'm sorry in text because my Wi-Fi went out and I had to rejoin. Or maybe it was my battery. I don't remember. Something happened. My game just fucking froze and I had to restart it. And then I joined back, and then it was near the middle of the battle of taking Baron. And I took Baron just as we won the game. I even sent it to Double Live in Discord to see if he would react to it or watch it. I don't know. He didn't reply back. But it is what it is. I don't know if he cares about Wild Rift. I try to get streamers like, PC League to Wild Rift. Mention it every now and then. I used to like jump into their streams and say it. Maybe they'll have more fun, especially if League is dying, or it's just like, it's not dying, but it's like, it's not as fun as it used to be, honestly. It's so much more complicated now. What else did I jungle with? I was thinking of doing a Jin Jungle. I haven't done that yet. I've seen some people do Kaisa Jungle. I don't think Kaisa Jungle is good though. I beat the shit out of them. Like, honestly, if I see an ADC jungler, I'm going Jax and beat the shit out of them, or just like a bruiser type. Misfortune Jungle. Oh yes, Misfortune Jungle was fun. Honestly, between B and C, I would run Ghost Smite or Flash Smite. Bro, when you get your items, like, not the normal build, but my items were like either Bork or Bloodthirster first. Always one of those 2 items. And then after that, I would get Yomus for speed, and then they would be like running them down, bro. Like it's crazy. And then I probably put it at B tier. I think it's better than Tristan Jungle. I think early it's not too shit. It's not too shit. Like you'll still clear fine, but it's not as great as mid late game when you're doing so much damage, clearing so fast, and then straight up anyone in your perimeter in your area as Misfortune Jungle, bam bam, they're dead. Like it's crazy. If you have a good ult, boom, just ult them, steal the objectives, or just kill them all before they can do anything. And if you have Ghosts too, you can literally run them down as Misfortune Jungle. I don't see anyone Misfortune Jungle. I could actually probably pull it off in rank and win with it if I tried. I only done PvP with it and want super hard carrying my team. Misfortune Jungle is really nice, especially if you get Bork, Bloodthirster, and then I guess Sailor's Grudge for that slow. If you want to slow him down in Armor Pen, it's useful to plus the CDR. So that's not bad. And then I would probably run like Rapid Fire Cannon for extra range and attack speed. And then you can go, Phantom Dancer if you want, or GA, pretty much. And then, yeah, anything else have I tried in the jungle? From this list, I don't see anything else. From the top of my head, I only know that Kha'Zix set is not on here. And I guess if that's true, then Lucian's not on here either, right? Yeah, so like I talked about Lucian Jungle earlier. What else? What else is there jungler that I haven't talked about yet? I think I pretty much talked all the junglers I did on these champs and other champs before. I don't know about Singe Jungle or RIOT Jungle. I tried it. It's okay. It's not the best. It's obviously bad early, mid, late game. You're a lot more better and you're more useful. But otherwise, yeah, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'm probably gonna end the stream now and play some games. I just wanted to make this jungle tier list while plus I'm dressed and I did my interview. I think I really did well in my interview too. So thank you guys for wishing me luck and supporting me and watching me. Really appreciate that. Bye guys. Peace out. You can watch on my YouTube, by the way, if you miss anything. Blue Tube YouTube Gaming. Bye.